Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I'm going to talk about Treasure Planet, the 2002 Disney animated film, and I want to talk about why I think it is Disney's greatest masterpiece. Okay, now the reason why Treasure Planet 2002, the Disney animated film, is Disney's greatest masterpiece is two words: escape and scope. Okay, and so let's dig into it. All right. So, one, just to be clear, this movie was a box office failure. It lost $70 million for Disney. Okay, it was not well received. Not a lot of people liked it. It did poorly at the box office. But I really, truly believe that this is Disney's absolutely greatest masterpiece within their Disney animated film line. All right, now, why is that, right? Well, one, this movie is the only movie, in my opinion, that escaped the Disney studio. And that's exactly what it did, is it escaped the Disney studio. This was not a movie that Disney wanted to make, okay? This was the product of John Musker and Ron Clement, okay? And the two of those men, they had made, between the two of them, they had been connected to quite a few movies. Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Hercules, Little Mermaid, okay? And I think there was another one in there too. So literally over well over a decade, okay? Musker and Clement are absolutely, cranking out these incredible American classic hits. And Disney is just fantastically, wonderfully happy, right? Well, during every single one of these movies, Musker and Clement are working hard, and they're going and they're saying to, by the way, and they're going to Disney and they're saying, "Hey, we want to remake Treasure Planet in space." And Disney's like, "Oh, well, you made us these movies that made like $1 billion. We're really not great on that." And then Clement and Musker are like, "We really want to do this, right?" Well, Disney doesn't want these guys to go to other houses, right? And there were a lot, Don Bluth was making movies at the time. DreamWorks there's ideas that DreamWorks is going to spin up. There's a lot of competition in animated films at that time, right? And so Disney always was like, "Yeah, it's a great idea. Let's keep moving, and we'll get that in when we can." Well, the reality is, 15 years had passed, and Musker and Clement are saying, "Listen, we've made you guys billions of dollars. Can we make this movie that we've been talking about for over a decade?" Right? And I want to say, Disney did the right thing, and they kept that promise. And I will tell you, Hollywood is a hard place, and I think Hollywood is it's in Los Angeles, which is in a town of literally, it seems like a pile of broken dreams and broken promises, right? But Disney did the right thing, and it made Treasure Planet when it did not want to make Treasure Planet. The film executive that signed on to do Treasure Planet, was different by the time, had already left Disney, and there was someone else in by the time Treasure Planet actually made it to the screen, which was in 2002, right? And I think when you look at Treasure Planet, what you really see is you see this truly, truly amazing story of a boy, who his father has walked out on him. His mother loves him. She's dedicated to him. She's dedicated to their family. And this boy is struggling with school. He's struggling with responsibility. He's struggling with life, and with good reason, right? If a man's father, if a boy's father walks out on him, that's going to be a deep cut, like a deep, deep cut. Like, you're just going to continue to bleed from that, right? And so then you see in Treasure Planet, just this story of a boy going from kind of an abandoned scruff to all the way to being a recruit for the Star Academy. And it's an incredible story. It has lots of adventure. It has awesome, spaceships and, laser guns. And it's just incredible. It truly, in my opinion, is Disney's greatest masterpiece. And the reason why is it is the masterpiece of Musker and Clement, these two geniuses, who actually used the success they had given to that company to make a movie that company didn't want to make. And so you have Disney quality on a story that Disney would have never touched, right? And here's the second reason why, and that is scope. Because Musker and Clement made a movie that Disney would never ever touch without being literally leveraged to do it, right? You get this story of scope, right? Now, if you go on the internet, you're going to find that the scope, actually, what is the message? What is the scope of Disney films, right? There is massive debate on every single Disney film about what it's really teaching the people who watch it, right? But I don't think that's the case for Treasure Planet. There's not a lot of debate about the message of Treasure Planet or the scope of Treasure Planet. And I will explain the scope of Treasure Planet right now. I think the scope of Treasure Planet is the journey of mankind from dirt scrabblers to star graspers. Musker and Clements with this film points mankind to the stars, right? And says, we as human beings should not live on a single planet, right? And I am a star grasper. I believe this very, very strongly. I believe that us, human beings living on this planet right now, is small and petty, right? And that people who don't care about us getting to the moon and us getting to Mars and us getting to Jupiter, they're dirt scrabblers, okay? That's the issue. They think that this single planet is enough, and it's not, right? We are a grandiose species, and those stars are there for us to grasp, for us to pull down and to take. And I really feel it is important that we do that we go and we get those stars, right? And I think it's really critical, right? So, and that's the thing is, more than any other Disney film, this movie has a scope that everyone can embrace, saying that, there are lots of people who right now believe there are genuine problems with our environment. Well, if you take, half or a quarter of all the people that live on Earth and you give them new awesome homes on the moon, on Mars, and on Jupiter, that takes the pressure off of this planet and allows all the contaminants that those people would have made, right? All the carbon emissions, all of that to be moved to a new place. And all of those other places, right? Right now, they're completely uninhabitable, right? They are literally uninhabited. There's no one to disturb on any of those planets, right? And so I really feel that because this is a movie that escaped the Disney studio, and because it could have a scope that no Disney movie ever had, Treasure Planet is Disney's greatest animated masterpiece. Thank you.